money was about the only thing I would think about. Didn't really care about much else. Just how I could make more money, different ways I could make more money. Used to gamble a lot, played cards for 14 hours on end, just always wanting more and never happy. I would find a job and get more money and still never happy. I should be happy without money. I grew up in church. Dad wouldn't go, but Mom would always take us to church every Sunday morning. She was like the Sunday school superintendent type person. She ran all the Sunday school classes, and she was the church secretary. So I grew up in church up until I was in second grade, probably around 10 years old, or no, about 8 or 9 years old, when Mom and Dad got divorced. And we would still go to church, but it just seemed a lot different. People looked at us a lot different compared to where we were before. And I really think it was because of, people looking down at Mom for getting divorced and, a broken family and things like that. I started going out with Courtney probably 6 or 7 years ago, and she was going to a church in Huntington, and I started going with her every once in a while. And then in doing that, I was always taught, you had to wear your Sunday best to church, and never wore jeans or anything like that. On and off, I would go to church, skip a week every so often, here and there. Colton and Caleb were talking about church with this really hot guy that wears a sweatshirt and jeans when he preached, and they were running 2 services. They were always packed, and it was pretty new, and they said that I should come. And the first time I went, I was sitting there, and I was running late. Actually, I didn't get there till about 5 after 11. Luckily, that's when everybody else got there. And I sat down, and one of the things he was talking about was just how if Jesus came back today, he wouldn't be around Christians. He wouldn't be around, John and Susie Christian. He would be around the drug dealers. He'd be around the prostitutes, the alcoholics, the people that haven't accepted him yet. And that just really put it in context for me, because I had never heard that in my entire life. I was always taught, Jesus was this, and he is this righteous person, but I always figured he'd be with, the Joel Osteens or the Benny Hinn's or whatever their names are. Now, the way my life's changed ever since I've gotten involved, it's just completely taken over my life. I just, I used to never pray, I would pray only whenever I would do something bad and knew I needed forgiveness. But I would go back and do the same thing over and over again and not really give it much thought. But now I just, I'm constantly talking to God, constantly thinking about how I can get more people to accept Him. And used to, I would never invite anybody to church. I was the one trying to avoid going. And now everybody I talk to about church, and inviting them, no matter what they're doing in their life, they can come and accept Jesus. It seems like through everything, right now my life, it could be a lot better, but it's just I don't worry about it anymore. I think I struggle in a lot of different things, with my family, my brother, and things like that. And it's things I constantly think about, but I just know in the end that Jesus is going to take care of me. Jesus has completely changed my life in the way that I just look at everything. Used to, it was, I always needed something more. I don't need anything more. All I need is more of Jesus, just to come into my life, and I just want to do what He's called me to do. I just want to help. I want to be a servant of others. I would rather do that than anything.